Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to my lands, a 4X map by Stevie, the Cow O Plenty series, where we were the Pig Empire and we switched to the Cow O Plenty. Welcome back to episode number 10 already. You believe that? So, like I stated in my my time-lapse video, we have streamlined the factories. We are down to just one. That's it, one factory. We're going to make our own TMR because we're making so much money by selling milk and fertilizer and things like that we do not no longer need. We can buy our stuff that we need because we have free fertilizer. So we're not buying fertilizer, we're selling the fertilizer. And if we can make our own TMR, seeds don't cost that much money. So I sold the silo, I sold all the stuff, I sold everything down there, all the factories and everything, and I put us back to the money that we were pretty close to at, within a couple $1,000s. Because here's why I had to do that. Because I was starting to get game crashes with the amount of factories I have. Stevie has been so awesome and so kind that he put so many factories on this that when you add too many more factories, it starts to conflict with a lot of things because most of his factories are they're special made, so they're specially done, just like the animals. Everything else is specially constructed for this map, and I started getting a lot of cross things, and it would just there's nothing worse than when you're playing 5 hours off camera and the game freezes and you can't get out of it. It's stuck. You have to literally on my PC hit Control Alt Delete and end the task. You can't. There was no way. I sat there for an hour one day waiting for it to unfreeze, and it didn't. So that's why we did what we did. Also, if you notice up in the right-hand corner, we are now on 4X speed because we are into November. It gets dark right around 4:30 in the afternoon. So we're going to start playing for November, December, January, and February. We're going to play 8-hour game days. And then after that, once we're into year 2, we might speed it up even more. So going forward, whenever I get a load of wood chips, going to sell it. Whenever I get a load of slurry, going to sell it. When I get a load of whatever I need to, I'm going to sell it. The only thing we're going to save in storage right up there at the Omatanas is the TMR. Now, let me put my little speed up. I'll show you what I did do to make this a true... We don't need that. That was when I was flying around. To make this a true Cow O Plenty, we put a second cow barn in. So now we have a possibility to have 4,000 cows on this map. Boom, boom, boom. We each got 100 cows in each one. They both got... See, what I did is I took the TMR that I had mixed up in the factories, and I fed them. These guys have these guys have 331,000 of TMR, and these guys have almost 300,000. They have 266,000. So I did utilize some of the things that I did have made, but now we can have 4,000 cows. Now it's a true Cow O Plenty. So first thing we got to do, let's get going so we don't talk. We got to come up here and we don't even have to do that right now. Let's mow this grass right here. And nope, not that one. Is it down here? Where's my grass that's ready to go? I thought I had it. If not, we're going to harvest. Is this grass ready to go? Yeah, there we go. We'll mow this. We'll pick it up. We'll put it into the thing, and then we will roll this. I might slurry it since I have so much slurry anyways and just be done with it. And be done. And let's go. Let's go. So, I also upgraded the tractor. Not in horsepower. It's still only 300 horsepower, but a bigger model. So we're going to go with the McCormick X8 631. It is 300 horsepower. It's actually 310, but we're close enough. We're going to be able to upgrade this one more time to 465, and then that's it. But because I upgraded a lot of my trailers to bigger capacities, so I wanted to be able to haul this stuff without it tipping over. That little tractor by Mark Thor is amazing. One of the best mods that I've ever used, but she's light. So as soon as I started doing stuff like this, I couldn't because it was tipping over and stuff. So I think it's this field right here. So let's get her around, and we'll just whip this field off. And then what we're going to do, as soon as that's harvest down there, then we're going to combine it all into a grass field. Remember? We're going to make all the middle grass, because eventually we're going to be owning this. So let's see if we can get an edge here. Let's unfold this, unfold that, drop that down. Okay, let's get past that. I want to make sure this is swathing. And we are. So we're going to turn that on, drop this down, turn that on. And now we can collect grass and mow at the same time. There we go. And then we just keep dumping grass. We don't have to make hay. We don't have to make anything else. We just dump grass. That's it. And then once we get this done, dump the grass in there, it'll start making TMRs. Because what we've got our factory set up to do is we're going to drop grass in. The grass is going to make hay. Then the grass is going to make silage. Then and then it's going to make TMR. So it's going to take a lot of grass to make TMR, but I don't have to mix hay and all that stuff. So there we go. This 200,000 liter has got a really wide pickup on it. So we're going to go like that, get down to the end here, and then turn, and hopefully have enough room to get started here. So let's break him off here. There. Up. And then go like this. And even if it only gives us 20,000 or 30,000 grass, it's still going to make TMR. So that's the good news about it. It will always make us some sort of TMR. And with each 100 cows only taking 37, I might be the edge of the map. Only taking 37,000 for a day. Yeah. We've got 300,000 in there. So we got enough for about 5 months worth. And that's pretty dope. Okay, get this raised up. And we're still honoring not going crazy fast speed. We are getting up in capacities, though, so a little unrealistic to go that route, at least. But we are... We have to. These fields are huge, and... There we go. I like the extra wide pickup on this. It's kind of nice. But yeah, I've decided, because I got to the point where I was just like, okay, the crashing is happening more and more frequently. And I think what it was, I narrowed it down to, it was the American silo with the Omatana. Because remember, we're, what are we on this map already, hours-wise? $35 hours. And I didn't start having the crashes till I put the American silos down. So once I took them out and got everything straightened around, it was no problem. But it got to a point where I was just like, okay, enough is enough is enough. And then I was able to get that time lapse out to you guys yesterday without any issues. And then that was when I made the decision at the very beginning of it, when I was putting in and when I was editing it, I said, nope, we're gonna streamline these factories, because the nice thing about cows is I only need one factory, and that's the Omatana's factory mod, where it can make TMR and seeds and lime and fertilizer and all that stuff. It can make it all. So I don't need any other factory. I only need that one, and it's such a small footprint. So we'll get this done. We'll go grab our slurry, and then we'll get this slurried up, and then we'll harvest. And then we'll get that field planted in grass. So, and I thought about when we get, like I told you guys earlier, when we get to the next month, I think we'll go, or the next year, when we get to in March, we'll speed up the time to 6x speed. And that way, because what it's doing is, with the more videos that I'm putting out, I don't have a lot of time to play off camera. So, like, I usually can spare about an hour to play off camera. And that's about it. Otherwise, I'm just fast-forwarding to the next day. But I don't think we're going to get 100,000 off this. Remember, this is a little tiny field. And then once that... See, remember we have that planted in oats. Once that's done in oats, we're going to make this one giant grass field. And we're going to have grass field, because we're almost to the point of buying that first field over there. It only cost $600 and 48,649 to buy this one, and it is a lot of acres. And then the next one we can buy is this one. So that one's 3 million. This will be a giant oat field or a giant sorghum field or a giant something field. We'll figure out, actually, we'll go through and figure out what we need to sell with. And that way also at 6x speed, we'll be able to get through the months a lot quicker. I'm not worried about how long it takes us. I'm just worried about getting the map paid for. And I've made so many changes to this map already. It's just been one thing after another to change and change and change. And I'd like to be able to settle in now and do what we need to do. And that you have my word for. We're done changing. We're done playing. We're ready to go. That was the last changes that I'm making on this map. And we're going to go and we're going to buy the map. Now, what I am going to do, though, is if I have this grass field here, that one up there that's grass right next to the thing will be changed into a parking lot. We'll add more sheds and get rid of that field there so we can have, we'll probably move the buy point up there. We'll just spread out the sheds a little bit and that sort of thing. And then, because I only want one from here to the end, and the other one is from there to the end. Because I don't want to spend all my time just mowing grass. Even though we are going to have to eventually with the amount of cows that we have. But trust me, if I mowed from here all the way to the end, I would get probably a couple million liters. Easy. Because this little baby here, we got almost 100,000. So. There we go. Shut everything down. Fold him up. And then we can drop this right into the Omatanas mod there, and we can get going and going and going. Now go ahead and spray that with slurry, and she'll be done. Because lime doesn't mean anything on a grass field. It's just a waste of time to do it. So. And then we have to get this backed in and get our manure out sometime. But like I said, we don't have to do all that stuff with you guys. I can do that on my own. So now when we harvest oats and stuff, we got to sell them outright. And we'll get him in here. And it'll show you that it is, see, total mix ration, almost 1,000 already. So it's making it very, very, very quickly. See it? Because it takes the grass, turns it into hay, turns the grass into silage, and then in total mix rations. Now, out of that 78,000, we may end up with maybe 35,000. I have to do this. Get up here so I can see. There was quite a bit of hump there. There. Now, let's take this trailer back. No, actually, you know what? We'll take the mowers back. We'll take the trailer up and take the mowers back. We'll grab the trailer in a minute. Bring it up for the harvest. Yeah. But what a wonderful map. To be almost 36 hours into this map already and just absolutely incredible. Nothing, no issues other than I think it was my issue. I don't think that the Omatana and the American silage pack, they like each other. I don't think so. It definitely was not the map. It was something to do with my factories that I had. Because remember, up until last episode with the time lapse, I didn't have any issues. Remember that? We were flying along. No issues, no nothing. So it's definitely not the map. It's definitely was something on my factories. Get him done, and then we will go here. Oh, nope. Yeah, we'll go here first. We'll make one special trip up there. We'll come back with the slurry machine, and then we'll head up with the harvester and start harvesting our wheat. Or our oats. That's it. The only reason I pick oats and sorghum is because they grow in 4 months. But once we get them all harvested and we make the 2 fields, this is what I was talking about. This field here, once it's done and we're ready to go grass and then grass down at the end, from there down will be grass. From just past that shed down will be grass. This will be another part of parking lot, and we'll start adding some, like a place to put our combine, all that stuff. And now we've got a little bit more of a professional-looking sell point that looks like they would come and get the milk, that sort of thing. It's real easy to get caught up in factories. Trust me, I love them. I really, really, really love them. But when you already have 50, 60, 70 productions on a map and you start getting a bunch more, they can conflict. There we go. This is like a 7-acre field that we've got to harvest today. But first we're going to duck down this alley. Meow. Meow. Oh, this is going to be... Yeah, this trailer is for getting in and out the manure. Okay, we'll stop at this first one. We've got so much slurry that we're going to be having to sell it. I can feel it because we're not using nearly as much as what I thought we were. There we go. And down here to fertilize it. And we'll be done with this field. That's what I like it. When it finally is grass, it's easy. Easy peasy. And I guess from what I understand is Stevie's coming out with another map. How cool is that? Like he's got another one that he's got going on in the works there. There we go. This is only putting it on at like 80, so we go the whole field and it's like it barely uses it, like a couple thousand. This field will be gone eventually, so we won't be worrying too much about it. Just so that we have something to continue to mow. In between. Now, I could have just as very easily rolled this, which I may. I may next time just roll the next grass field that we mow. There. Very simple, very easy. But we have 200 cows now. By the time, if we ever reached 4,000, oh my gosh, can you imagine how much manure and slurry we're going to have? That's what I'm saying. We're in this for the long haul now as far as making money. I could have done that. You know, when you first start out a map and you think, okay, what can I do to make money? See, we're right back to where we are. Perfect and perfect. So... it's going to ask for pH level. It's going to eventually get a pH level, but we may just spread some lime once in a while just to keep the animals or the precision farming up. But anyways, when you get started on a map and you get going and you think, okay, I got to make money now. And I saw that composter and I thought, okay, we're getting a bunch of wood chips. We can use that. But the amount of millions and millions and millions, I had almost 2 million liters of wood chips. You know, and I mean, it would have taken me the rest of the time to, what are we after now? Oh, harvester. It would have taken me the rest of the time to get it back into order where we needed to. You know what I mean? So, just as easy. Why won't it let me get in here? Oh, because the door's on this side. That doesn't help. Well, how you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing awesome. And I hope you guys are doing fantastic as usual. So I probably will go ahead and set him up on, not course play, but I'll set him up on, because this is a 7-acre field. Yeah, you know what? Let's get him. Haha. Because it's underneath the porch. So we're going to do this. We're going to turn this on, and we're going to move him out so that he's not. We're going to turn that back off. And then we're going to get into the harvester and hook him up. There we go. So let's, and the other thing is, too, is what we'll do is when the straw eventually gets full in the cow pens, we'll start selling it. You know, we'll just start doing it. Now, this header does have the ability to have the little hitch on it already, but it's just there's no traffic. I have the traffic turned off. I have all that stuff turned off, so we can drive wherever we need to go. And remember, in March we can then upgrade to 350 horsepower tractor, and we can upgrade to 12-meter equipment. We already have a seeder that's 12. So let's get him into the field right here. I think we'll give him one headland this time, because he's got enough. He's got enough, trust me. Okay, we're going to go back to 1. There we go. You can see how wide this header is. First waypoint, and then we're going to go like this, and bang. And bang. And then once he's done with that, or gets going, we can watch him now in the down here corner and to see how full he gets. While we're waiting on that, we'll leave that harvester, that there. And we will grab ourselves the manure out while we're waiting for him. And we can also go back down and grab the loading wagon for the straw. So let's go here. I kept the smaller wagon in here because it's easier to maneuver in the thing. But I may just as well put a telehandler or something in there. I don't know. This wagon seems to work. And I can't stand that courseplay when it stays on. Alright, so how much TMR do we have now? 140,000 liters. See how quickly it just made that? That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. We don't need a lot. If I can get to 300,000, I've got another 150,000 for each. See how much bigger that nice tractor looks? Spin him around, get in here a little bit more. There we go. Clean this out, go down the other side. Put this in our fertilizer. Now, this is going to be our money maker from here on out. Because when it gets to be 200,000 liters, then we can sell it. Can't sell it before that, but that'll give us about little over 300,000. And we're not going to sell the milk until we have enough for a wagon full. I just like to clean this out. This is such a habit for me like in real life. We muck out our barns every single morning and night. So it's like it's like into my, crash counter. There we go. We're putting, now you get 50%. So whatever I put in, I'm only going to get 50% solid fertilizer. So we're putting 40, so we're going to get 20,000 liters. So we literally just made $20,000 if we wanted to. We should have enough room to go right around here. I left it strategically. We're not going to sell the milk. Not, like I said, not until we get full. We're not going to sell the slurry until we get full. I just want to keep this going. So we've got 10,000 liters already. We'll have another 20. So we'll have 30,000. We have to keep an eye on that because when we get to 200,000, and like I said, that's 300,000. Plus these oats can go right in the sell point. So we're not keeping them for anything anymore. But I'm thinking strongly, guys, of the next Let's Play. I don't know. Thinking about doing sheep. All right, so now we got to go back up. And let's see, where's he at? Ooh, 11,000. So we're going to have to unload him. We'll duck back down this alleyway. I've got a lot of... Actually, you know what? No, I talked to you guys about that already. I'm going to do a role-play series with a little bit more on the heavier side of the realism. So no factories, no none of that stuff like that. Not necessarily playing in cab, but playing in cab when we need to drive someplace. Yeah, this is a nice... He's not going to make it. I don't think. Maybe. Nope. We're going to... Yep. He's going to do one of those funky turnaround thingies. I'm glad that they fixed Courseplay to do that. It really makes me happy. There we go. There's 15,000. And because we don't have a silo, we have to sell it outright. So when we get 200,000 liters, if we get that, which we're not going to get it off this field. And then next month is that one to harvest. Now we're going to turn this into grass, but we're not going to turn it into grass yet. We're going to get everything done on it that we need to today. We're not going to plant it into grass yet. The reason why is because once that's harvested up there, we'll combine the two of them. Leave this here, and while we are waiting for him to get filled up again, we'll go down and get our loading wagon. And then what we'll do is we'll put whatever we have. If we end up having 200,000, we'll put half in one and half in another. We're on our way now. We're getting to the point now where that's why I streamlined it, because I was just like, okay, this is ridiculous that, and I'm going to wait to be able to harvest this grass. It was just getting too many factories. It was just getting overwhelming, and so I'm more of a simplistic player myself, and I like to be able to control stuff a lot better. And when you do a lot of factories, to me, it's a little bit more set up for smaller farms, so that you have something to do in between. That's why I like it. All right. Then when we get a load, like I said, we've got 200,000 trailers. So with the 50,000, when we get 250,000 liters of wood chips. Oh, which reminds me, I was going to show you guys. Let's see, my mouse show 313 trees so far, just on this side alone. So we're getting there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We've got, and I just flew the field yesterday. There's trees along the backside. There's trees along that side, and then all of up there. So there's probably, I'd say, at least 10 or 12 million liters of wood chips. But when they're gone, they're gone. That's okay, because guess how much money we're going to make off of these fields once they're planted? It's going to be insane. I mean, we've already taken 15,000 liters off of that field over here, and he's at 5,600 already. There we go. Now we're cooking. We got one field mowed already and into the TMR mixer. And then we've got then we harvested this field, and now we're going to get this field set up. Go from there. If we're done with everything before the time, then we're done. Then we move on. Yep, he's going to end up with about 25,000, so that'll get sold. Nothing, I mean, there's no sense in it. Factories are great for making money, but you really have to pick and choose, because you get too many of them. You don't have, like, when I noticed the difference is when I was spending, like, I recorded for an hour with you guys, right? In that time lapse, I recorded for an entire hour, and then I sped it up to ×3, because I don't like to go too fast. I spent the majority, like 20 minutes, literally selling stuff. And even though we were making, like, tons and tons of money, it becomes, like, when you can't get any regular farming done or anything else, it gets to be a pain. There. I cannot believe we're at 50,000 liters of straw already. It's crazy. I'm going to be able to go right around him. He's going to be done. And then we'll put it into that wagon over there and sell it. Let's see. Those are huge swaths, by the way. It's fun. It's fun once you get set up. It always takes you a couple, 2, 3 in-game months to get set up. But once you do, ooh. There. 30 minutes already. And then we'll get the straw picked up. We'll lime it. We will then... We'll wait on it. We'll lime it first. And we're going to... Remember, we're going to have to buy the lime because we don't have any. That's my fault because I can't graph. There we go. I love how fast the Colossus empties. And then, like I said, I think this is 3. Yes. 3, and then the one up there. We don't have another one. This is the last one on this side. We have the big one to harvest next time. We have, well, next month will be this one, and the following month will be the one down there. We have the big harvest to do. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And then before you know it, we'll have $649,000, and we will be in our new field. And all this over here will be grass. And that would be great. And then the only thing, now what I'll do is I'll just keep the harvester and stuff over there. The harvester, we may get a second pickup wagon just because we can keep all that stuff over at the field and keep our grass mowing stuff over here. So we don't have to go. But it's, like I said, half a dozen one another. It's working out well. That's all that matters to me. Thank you guys for all of the wonderful, amazing comments. It's been kind of cool. We're actually going to move this down here. There. It slid back down out of the road. How cool is that? All right. And we only really need to mow grass since we can pick it up immediately when we absolutely need TMR. You know what I mean? So, yeah, here we go. So we don't really, once these are grass, we don't have to mow every single time. We can go and collect some wood chips off the other side. We can take an episode and, you know, sell some milk and do things, some things like that. So that's what we're going to do. Remember, now milk sells for about $1,000. So once we get the 200,000, that'll be another couple 100,000. Same thing with the fertilizer. And that's all we really need to sell. Otherwise, we just keep plodding along, selling our oats when we need it, filling our straw, mowing a little bit here and there, and it's rinse and repeat. The other thing I think what I'm going to do, and was just after talking with my wife about it, I think once I get to a year, not only will I speed up time, but I think I'm going to come back and only record every other month. Yeah, we can go down here. Look at that, plus 1,615. So we got almost $17,000 for that little bit of oat. That's awesome. Now we'll pick the rest of that up. We'll lime it. We'll buy some lime. We'll lime it, and then we will... You know, we could actually... You know what? We're probably better off breaking the big fields into smaller little fields. Oops, that's the wrong one. It goes over here, Fury. Like, you know, because it's nice to be able to just have... Like, take that field there and plant the grass to, like, the edge there, so it's right there. And then make yourself a road, and then split that into, like, threes. Like, plow in, like, make them, like, 7 or 8 acre fields. And that way, if you need TMR real quick, you can mow, you know, you can mow a 7 acre field and be done with it. You're not obligated to mow 700 fields. But we don't have to create the field at that point, you know what I mean? Because this little baby one right to our left here, That got us almost 100,000 liters. 82,000 off that. So, yeah, I think we're smart doing that. We'll go pick up the rest of this straw, and then we're going to split it and put half into one, half into the other, so they can continue to make manure. It'll be great. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to keep, actually, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to keep that field. We're going to make it grass. And then we're going to skip over, and then we're going to make the next field down about the same size as that. And then we will just keep them smaller, like this size right here. It's perfect to come and mow. And this is a little bit bigger, so I guarantee you I'd get 100,000 liters off this. Yep, the next one's all ready to go too. And so that when you plow it in, you're plowing in like really small fields. 7 to 8 acres is really manageable in this game. Once you get past that and you start getting into the whole concept of it, it's ridiculous. There we go. We're gonna have we might have 200,000 liters of straw off this 7 acres. So that would be about the same amount of grass, pretty close. And then we'll erase the custom fields and just have them we won't, I don't know if we'll erase them or not. I don't know. We'll see. Because I want to still be able to use precision on it. But remember, a grass field doesn't really matter anyways. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to end up with 200,000 plus. That's awesome. Off 7.14 acres. It's absolutely awesome. See, when you're not spending 20 minutes getting rid of the selling all your stuff that you've made in factories, it's just as easy. I don't know. It's going to be close. Going to be close. And then, like I said, tomorrow, this is going to be Thursday when you guys watch this one. Tomorrow, Friday's video will be another time lapse. And then that, because we're going to go every other one. And then I don't know if I'm live streaming or if I'm playing multiplayer with somebody. I don't know, because what I've decided to do that if I am playing multiplayer that weekend with somebody, then I'm not going to do I want a couple of days off in a row where I don't have to worry about videos. So Saturday and Sunday may not be video times for me. It may be just time for me to jump on with somebody else and play multiplayer. Even though I had an absolute blast with mine, it is a pain to get everybody on the same page and to get everybody situated and ready to go. We will do that occasionally where we open it up for multiplayer, but I also think I want to continue the live streams, but I might do the live streams every other week. So that, like this weekend, because my son's in town, I'm going to lunch with him Friday, tomorrow, when you guys see this, and then I want to hang out with him on Saturday and Sunday before he goes back home to Georgia. So I want to be able to spend some time with my kid. Well, I saw him in like June. I was down there for vacation. I went down for, look at this. We're going to be at 200,000. It's a lot of straw. And then we'll sell that bucket. Here we go. Now we're going to put 100,000 in one and 100,000 in another, so that we can continue to bust them. And then that little bit that adds to it, we're selling that. And then we'll come and we'll buy some lime. We'll spread this lime right here. And then we will slurry it. No, we'll slurry it first, and then we'll spread the lime. And then we're going to seed it in grass. Let's see how well I put this at a point here where I can get in. Look at that. 100,000. This also unloads very quickly. Good enough. There you go. I love how fast these unload. All right, so we've got... Oh, our cows. There we go. And one's got 392, and the other one's got 450,000 liters. But look at it's barely. So when we get to 6 million liters, that's how much I edited it to. When it's full, then after that we just start selling it. Because as of right now, guys, if you notice, they take 35,000 food per month, and cows only reproduce every year. I think it's every year. They have to be 24 months, and then blah blah blah. They go from there. So that 35,000 is what we're stuck at, and we've got 263. So 70, 140, 210 is 6 months worth of food that we have in there right now. Plus, I have 100 and something thousand made up. So we're going to be very, very ahead on food. And that's why I said I'm going to continue to just make the TMR, but I'm not going to do anything with it. I'll just leave it sit right there until we need it. And then once we get full on everything, we'll just make what we can. We'll make it as we need it. All right. Now we'll hook this to the lime. I think I filled the lime one last time before I got rid of the silo. I think I did. So I think this is 20,000 liters. Uh, 18. I bet you it does it. Let's just go ahead and fill it up anyways. Just so we know we have enough. And then we'll grab the slurry, do the slurry first, and then the lime, and that should take care of it, and we'll seed it. And if we have enough time, that way we got one field mowed, we got one field slurried, we got our manure moved over, we got one field harvested, and the straw picked up, and we're getting ready to slurry it, and then lime it, and then seed it. Oh, you know, I left that seed up. I left that straw up here. That's all right. We'll get her. All right, so this is it. And then we can tab over to this. And I'm going to go with what I can here, because it doesn't use it hardly at all. But see how much more streamlined we are now? We're not playing the time of, let's spend 25, 30 minutes every time selling stuff. Yeah, you can make a lot of money doing that, but what good is that? Yep. Perfect. I'll have to come back up and get the straw. And we might plow it under anyways. Be done with it. But it takes you, it's like 7 acres, if you notice, is like perfect. It's like it doesn't take, it's big enough to get you, like, look, we got 200,000 liters plus, probably about 220,000 liters of straw. And we got, what was it, 25,000 liters of oats. So you get enough. And it doesn't take you forever in a day to, like, spread slurry or whatever. This is using, yeah, you can tell it's a bigger field because it's putting it on in the same amount. Yep, because I think, like I said, once we get, like what we were talking about earlier, once we get to a year, you've already pretty much seen me slurry, you've seen me spread lime, you've seen me spread fertilizer, you've seen me cut down trees, you've seen pretty much all aspects of the project. At that point in time, I think we should just go every other month record. I'll bump it up to 6x speed. I'll play for the 2 hours to get us through that month, and then the next month we'll put out a video. And then that way we'll just get set up. We will get set up on that. There. And as you can see, once I know I'm turning a field into grass, I never worry about covering every inch. And for those of you who asked, this is about 3 times as fast as what you would spread slurry in real life. It would be right around about 4 to 5 miles an hour. There's tons and tons of videos out there you guys can watch anyways on it. But I can tell you what we slurry at, and it's right around, maybe on a flat piece of ground like this, you might be able to get 5 miles an hour, but you can go as fast as you want. The problem that you have is that you won't get the coverage that you need. Ooh, look at that. Now this used a little bit more, but it is a bigger field. You know, it's about twice the size of the other one. The other one was 4 point something acres, and this one is. And then what we're gonna do also, I'm gonna leave the custom field down there until we're ready to go. But I want to delete one of the other ones because I don't know if you guys knew this or not. Little fun fact for you guys: if you create a custom field, that no matter when you come play the map or if you start a new game or whatever, that custom field stays the same. Just saying. Yeah, so I want to do this. I want to come up to here. This one here. We want to delete these 2 fields. At least this one. You know what? No, we're gonna leave that for now. But when we're ready to go, we'll do that. Did I get a soil sample on this? Yeah, it must have. All right, so let's take this back to where she belongs. She's gonna need a bath soon, but she's messy. But I use about 50% of the tank for 7-acre field. So which means that if I had to spread it twice, I would literally have enough to do it twice. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make our fields. This is the one right here that I want to delete. I want it gone because it's going to turn into a parking lot for sheds, and I want to put a big shed for our combine and all that stuff. So let's get up here. And start spreading the word. Start spreading the word. I'm leaving today. A part of it. New York, New York. And then we're rocking and rolling. And as you can see, we are still putting this in on at 0.25% because it literally already had a bunch on it. Now, if I planted oats in real life, the next one would be like soybeans. And I think that's what we're going to do on our realistic role play one. Is we're going to do it realistically. We won't play in cab, but we're going to go realistic speeds and stuff. But I think what we want to do is, I think I want to just do farming only. No factories, no logging, no nothing. But I also have got I've got an idea swirling around in my head that is kind of cool. It's a really different way to do things. But I may do that. I don't know. We're a long ways away from that right now. We still got to get to where we own every field on this map, and I've also got personal goals of my own per series. How many views, how many likes, all this stuff. But I try not to talk about it too much because, I try not to, like, it seems like you're pushing. Like with those content creators that come out and they're like, make sure you guys hit the like button and all that stuff. Yeah, saying it one time is fine. pH is fine. Nitrogen is fine. So let's go plant this in grass now. Since we got about 11 minutes, I think we can get some grass planted in that time. And we'll be done with that. So that way we will have gotten one grass field mowed, one grass field the grass picked up, one oat harvest done, straw picked up, slurry spread, lime spread, and seeding all at the same time. And technically, I could just, fill up with seed and fertilizer and not even have to slurry it. Costs an extra step, but I like using the slurry. Gives you the same result. This little McCormick Dark Warrior tractor is pretty good. Yeah, I think we got enough grass. So it'll use a little bit more. It may not use any of that fertilizer up. But we're going to go down and do this. We see what I mean, though? It's like once you get rid of those factories, now you got time to actually farm. And 2 whole fields ready to go. Like, done. And that's in an hour. That's crazy. And then the next day will be that one down there, be ready to harvest, and we'll turn that into grass. And as we go farther down, we're going to start breaking up the fields a little bit more. And that way you're not spending forever and a day trying to harvest them. I do have to roll this, though, afterwards. And now we go. I'm just going to seed this straw right into the ground. In fact, I may not. We don't even have to slurry it. We could have just rolled it. There. We got a lot of plans. We got a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, my apologies for changing the farm as much as I can. But, when you start out and you're gung-ho and you're ready to go, and then all of a sudden it just goes, wait a minute, what am I doing all this for? I don't need to. Every map that I've ever been on that's been big farming, you can buy your own stuff because you make so much money for the crops. As you saw, 20,000 liters of lime literally cost me less than $3,000. So yeah, making your own stuff and doing that stuff. It's one thing to make your own seeds with the AGI pack. That's a pretty cool way to make seeds. And you just take the seeds that you can take oats or whatever you're growing. It makes it out of every single thing. So it's kind of neat, actually. I'm going to go right to the edge and get rid of that other oat. There we go. That 912's been in there for a long time now. But I'm excited. I know you guys are too. Because the views are up and the comments are up and things like that. So, man, I've been shoveling so much snow. My shoulder hurts just a wee bit. We had our corner of our barn collapse. We lost 8 cows, which is heartbreaking in itself, but there is a silver lining. The 6 of the 8 were due to go to the butcher shop anyways this next week. Because what we do is when they get to be a certain age, they aren't really working as far as milking. When they get to about the 2 to 3 year mark, they start to get a little bit slower. Then by the time they get to 5 year, now they're pushing their age limit. So they were older. They were a couple, probably almost 3 years old, both of them. They were ready to go. Well, there were 6 of them. They were ready to go to the slaughterhouse next week because we send them on Wednesdays, about the 23rd or 24th. So it would have been next week. And they were ready to go. And 2 of them that we lost from the barn collapsing the roof were sick and old. So what we do is in the back part of our barn, away from all of the other cows, when a cow gets sick and he gets, something contagious or something that goes on, we separate them. They get bad hooves. They chip them on a rock. They break their hooves and it gets infected and all that stuff. We just keep all of that away from the rest of the herd, so they don't mix and mingle in case there's sickness and in case there's a contagious outbreak or whatever you call it. So we keep our sick and our old and our tired animals at the end of the barn, and we give them nice soft wood chips to sit on, to stand on, and all they do is live out the rest of their remaining life just getting fed and pampered. My granddaughter will go out and she'll brush them and spend some quality time with them, and especially when she knows they're going to the butcher. You want to make them as comfortable as you can and make them their last little bit as happy as it can be. Because a cow, when it doesn't have to milk anymore, is absolutely ecstatic. It's like a different level of the stress. They don't have to go through that stress of sitting in a milking parlor and doing all this stuff and getting bacteria remover constantly put on their udders and all that stuff. And they get to stand in nice soft. And I will say one thing for those of you who have asked. It was very quick. That roof collapsed and it took out literally about 3/4 of the backside of the barn. So they didn't go, slow and suffer. So just for all of you younger viewers out there, they went very fast, very quick. In fact, I was watching Big A's stream when it happened. And it literally sounded like a tornado went through the house, because the barn is about maybe 300 feet from the house here. Maybe. If we're I know I can hit it with a baseball from my front porch. I've done it. So, it's pretty close. And when it went off, I was watching Big A's stream. He was streaming Fortnite, I think it was. And all of a sudden, it was like you heard a bunch of creaking and croning, and then kaboom. And that was it. And we went out there, and because we had gotten like 2-3 storms, but we knew it was old anyways. We knew. We were talking about having to replace it next spring anyways, because it was that barn's probably 100 years old. So that was it. That was my excitement between that and plowing and shoveling, and I haven't been able to watch too much. Now my granddaughter is going to have a challenge for me coming soon. She's basically challenging me to stay off social media. And I don't do social media, but she considers YouTube social media. So basically, I'm allowed to put out videos, and I can't check them. I can't do anything with them. And I'm only allowed to watch 2 streamers. That's it. So she said she would let me know when it was going to happen. Hopefully I can get this little bit here and here. Oh, please don't miss it. All right. So that's coming soon to a theater near you. That's going to be a challenge that she has for me. And on that note, we're at about 58 minutes. You know how it works. I'm going to say my goodbyes, and then I go over a few things with you guys for next episode, and we're ready to go. So please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you watch this. And remember, I love you all. And we will be right back here tomorrow with a time-lapse of this. So, next episode, I'm going to harvest, the time-lapse, I'm going to harvest that. We'll get the manure out of there, all on camera, so you guys can see it. There we go. And perfect, 122. I can roll it if I want, which I may or may not do. I don't know. Yep, so we will get, I think this is 3 out of 4. Nope, we got 2 months to go on this one. So we may be harvesting the big one down there first and go from there. But I'm going to do that on the time lapse, get that all wrapped up, and it's rinse and repeat at this point in time. And I will catch you guys right back here Friday with a video, and we will be into December. So thank you, and I love you all, and I will catch you all on the flip side.